Hello, everyone, and welcome into Glen Clem Gymnasium for another edition of Bevill State basketball, where tonight the Bevill State Bears at 4-10 will be hosting the Lurleen Wallace Saints. I'm Brian Hale, Sebastian Black running the camera for us tonight, and the Professor Woody Wilson back in the studio as our engineer. Want to welcome one of our brand new members of the broadcasting staff for his first game here with Bevill State, Nick Norris. Nick, welcome into Bevill State basketball.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to watch some basketball tonight. And I think we got a good matchup here ahead of us.
Excellent, excellent. Well, we're very happy to have you here with us. We're going to take a look here at a couple of the intricacies here before the match. This is an out-of-division contest, North versus South. Last game out, Bevill State lost to Sneed State, 83-68. Carterius Evans had 21 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 3 steals, while Gervais Peters had 15 points. Lurleen B. Wallace, they lost to Coastal Alabama North, 77-74 in a double overtime loss, and Anthony Copeland for them had 16 points. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and then we're going to take a look at some of the stat leaders and followed in on the matchups that we're going to be looking at along with the starting lineup. So, 2-minute break. We'll be right back.
Okay, I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Three, two, one. Welcome back, everybody, where we are just 30 seconds away from tip-off here. Bevill State basketball brought to you by Pinnacle Bank as the Bears are hosting Lurleen B. Wallace, the Saints. And we are just about to get underway. Brian Hill, courtside here with you, bringing you with you. Nick Norris, Sebastian Black is up on the camera, and back in the studio, the professor, Woody Wilson, helping us bring you the action. And our starting lineup, as we mentioned earlier on, Maurice Johnson. He will get the start along with C.J. Beckham, then Gervais Peters, Cornelius Grant, and Carterius Evans closing out the Bevill State Bears starting lineup. The Saints, who come into the contest at 1-5, they play in the South region. Even though it doesn't have any bearing on the contest, one thing that I noticed, Nick, is they have a lot of out-of-state players. I saw players from Texas, from Georgia, from Florida. You almost wonder how in the world are you getting them to come in? Maybe it's just the closest, the proximity to the beach, maybe. Who knows?
That's always a bonus.
Yep. C.J. Grant, he's going to control the tip-off, and Bevill State has underway, and Maurice Johnson. Welcome back, Maurice, and he's got it. Wait. And we've had a little bit of a correction for the shot clock already as it wasn't started up. So Gervais Peters will inbound for the Bears. Passes over to Maurice. And back to Gervais. Once again, Maurice scanning the field. He's going to bring it over to Grant. Now underneath to Carterius. There's the matchup already, and Carterius is going to draw contact. The foul will go against the Saints. That is Benny Turner for Lurleen B. Wallace. Carterius is going to shoot free throws. First one up, and it rims out on him. Second one for Carterius. That one does sink in for him, so we got a 1-0 lead. As Lurleen B. Wallace, the Saints, now crossing over midcourt. Stephon Edwards, I believe he's going to be the point guard. Now a three-pointer on the way, and that is no good. Jonathan Stewart took the three-pointer. Maurice Johnson now over to Carterius Evans. Now C.J. Beckham with the ball. C.J.'s going to drive. He's going to put up the shot. It's no good, but grabbing the rebound is Grant. Puts up no good. That time the rebound's going to the Saints. Now on the drive, I believe that was a partial block, Nick. Don't know if that was Maurice or if that was Carterius, but somebody got a hand on it.
I believe that was Maurice, if I saw that correctly. It's yeah, definitely got a paw up there on that right there and saved him a couple points.
Good to have Maurice back. Now Stewart for the Saints passes it over to Edwards. Edwards back to Stewart. Now an inside feed, and that's a turnover because Gervais is going to grab the ball, and he's going to coast down back to Gervais. Now on the drive, and that's going to be a charge. So basket will not count. Charging foul on Gervais. Turnover. The Saints with the ball. Inbounding will be Matthews. Hands it over to Edwards. Edwards looking over the Bevill State defense. Now a pass to Copeland. Now Copeland's going to shoot a three-pointer, and that's going to be no good. Rebound by Maurice. As the Bears are up and running. Now a feed underneath to Grant, and Grant's going to be fouled in the art of shooting.
Early on, this is already quite a physical game, just the few seconds we've watched so far.
Absolutely. So Cornelius Grant at the line. His first shot, and that's going to be good. Cornelius' second shot, and that one's going to be good also, so he can convert them both. 3-0 lead now. This is Edwards once again. Now he's going to pass it over to Turner. Now to Copeland. Now a three-pointer on the way, and that's going to tie up the game. That was Edwards' three-point shot. Now the Bears back down the court. Maurice Johnson with the ball. He's going to pass it over to C.J. Now here's Gervais on the drive. Puts up the shot. Beautiful lay-in by Gervais. Bevill State, 5-3 lead over the Saints. Once again, Edwards running the point. And this is Wheeler. Now back over to Edwards. Now a kick out and driving, that's no good. Carterius with the rebound. Now he passes it to Maurice. Up, and they cough up the ball. The Bears cough up the ball on the steal. Copeland. Copeland's going to drive. He's going to put up the shot, and he's going to be fouled. That's going to be a foul on Maurice. Going to the line is Copeland, and this is not the guy that you want to be shooting free throws. He is third in the state at 85.7%. That's pretty that's pretty impressive.
That's quite high. Let's see if he does it again, and he does.
Yeah. As you would pretty well guess, he rolled the dice, and he came up with a positive result. So Copeland's second shot. And nobody's surprised he connected on that one and ties the game at 5-5. 16:46 left in this opening half. Maurice Johnson with the ball. He's going to pass it over Carterius. Now to Beckham. Now to Johnson. Gervais with the ball. Gervais going to drive. Puts up the shot. The lay-in is good. Gervais Peters gives the Bears a 7-5 lead. now with 16:28 left. There's Edwards once again running the point. He's passed it over to Copeland. Now back to Edwards. Edwards puts up the shot. It is no good. Johnson with the ball. He's going to lob it down to Carterius. Carterius puts up the shot, but it is no good. Rebound goes to the Saints, and they are in command of the drive. Now a shot put up. That's no good. I don't think it was blocked. I simply think that it went. Did it hit the backboard? The bottom of the backboard?
I believe it. Yeah, it looked like it slipped out of his hands kind of a little early, hit the backboard.
Edwards with a three-point shot, and that is no good. C.J. Beckham with the rebound, and here comes Beckham. Now over to Carterius. Carterius looking for the drive. He fights off some attackers, and guess what? He not only sinks it, going to have the chance to put up the and one and make this a 10-5 ball game.
We've talked, of course, about how physical Carterius has been, and there's no denying it when you see plays like that. There's plenty of guys that would fold.
And Carterius connects on it. Nick, it just seems like rebounding-wise, the Bears are just more in control and command in this game. I wouldn't know the differential on it for the Saints, but I know the Bears, it seems like they've been grabbing the open balls.
Oh, they have been. They've been all over the ball. And I think that does play into that physicalness we've been talking about, and we'll see if they can do it here.
Oh, there's a nice block by Carterius.
Carterius is all over the place tonight.
That was on Turner, as Carterius is establishing command in the low post. And the Saints with the ball. This is Copeland. Copeland's going to put up the shot. That's no good. And I believe that we might have a foul. And this is going to be on Gervais. That's going to be Gervais' second foul. So I imagine Gervais might go ahead and be checking out of this one for a momentary lapse. And who do we have? The Oakman Wildcat, Skylar Heiss, checking into the game. And a lob down far to Edwards as the Saints have the ball. Now over to Stewart. Now back to Edwards. Edwards kicks it back out. And a drive on it, and that's good. That was Matthews for the Saints. Draws it to a three-point game, 10-7. And I believe that the shot clock, once again, is maybe being a little goofy tonight. Nevertheless, Maurice Johnson with the ball. He's going to pass it over to Beckham. Now to Carterius. And back over to Heiss. Now over to Beckham. There's CJ. And it looks like we have a foul. Is that a loose ball foul? Oh, it's a holding foul. All righty, well, it's on the Saints, so C.J. Beckham will inbound it. I've had some players check in for the Saints. Beckham's going to lob it over to Carterius. Carterius, beautiful little spin move as he sunk the basket 12-7. That was beautiful.
Oh, no doubt about it. He is fantastic. And the whole team is playing very well. It seems like they're a little more comfortable having everyone back here.
They are. It certainly shows in their morale. And now Copeland, he puts up the shot, and that one does connect. 12-9. The Bears are still in the lead, 13:57 left. As Maurice has the ball, lobs it over to CJ. Now Maurice on the drive, puts up the shot. Beautiful layup by Maurice. 5-point lead now, 14-9, Bevill State. Edwards with the ball. And now places it over to Matthews. Matthews on the drive. He puts up the shot, and that's going to be blocked by C.J. Grant. Wow. I think that's already a third block for Bevill tonight.
Oh, it is.
And Trinity Epps, the former Jasper Vikings, going to check in and give Maurice a break.
He could probably use one after that pretty impressive layup right there.
He's earned a good break. So inbounding is going to be Matthews for the Saints. And passes it over, going for a long two-pointer. It's no good. Carterius with the rebound. And the Bears are off and moving now. Passes it over to Schuyler. Now to Trinity Epps. Now back to Schuyler. Now over to Beckham. CJ's going to put up a three-pointer. Oh, just rimmed out on him. It's no good, but Schuyler grabbing the rebound. A battle goes out of bounds, does the ball, but the Bears will retain possession. And that's going to be Beckham who's going to inbound it. And here comes R.J. Stevens into the game. He's going to relieve Grant. And I've also got to believe that we're also seeing more of a height advantage for Bevill State. I know I did look at some of the respective heights. They do have a couple of guys that are 6 foot, 6'5", but you look across there with guys like Carterius, R.J. Stevens, Cam Scott, Grant. I think the height advantage is more for the side of the Bevill State Bears, Nick.
Oh, yeah, and Bevill's got quite a few guys that are 6'6", 6'7", a few that's 6'5". They're not struggling with height.
Beckham's going to inbound to Carterius. Carterius puts up the shot, and that one is just an air ball. And coming out with the ball are the Saints. This is going to be Copeland with the ball. And he's going to pass it underneath to Turner. And a three-point shot, and that one was made. And that's Matthews. Matthews is making some noise tonight.
Oh, yeah, he knocked that one down like it was nothing.
14-12, Bevill State on top. 11:48 left in this opening half. And now underneath Carterius, there's Trinity Epps with the ball. The Jasper Viking is going to put up the shot. It's no good. Carterius grabs the rebound, and he's going to be fouled. So offensive rebound, Carterius.
And that's his third rebound already for the night.
Doing a great job on the boards as usual, and now he's going to have a chance to maybe pick up a couple of points from the free throw line. His first shot, and that one does connect. The Bears, this was a sore point for them early in the season, free throw shooting. As of late, they've picked it up a lot. Glad to see it. Carterius' second shot, and that one is no good. Rebound by the Saints. Coming up court is Copeland. Copeland's going to kick it out to Turner. Turner on the drive, and that one does connect. Drives it to a one-point game. Bears still on top, 15-14. As here comes Beckham. Beckham's going to put up the shot. It's no good. A battle for the rebound, and it comes out to the Saints. And with this is Matthews. Copeland now with the ball. And now back over to Turner. Now on the drive, a kick out and a shot inside. That is up and good. Ariel Mauricio connects on the shot and gives the Saints their first lead of the game, 16-15. 10:30 left. And Carterius with the ball. He's going to look outside to Trinity Epps. Now there's Trinity lobbing up the pass, and it's good. The lead switches back over, 17-16. Bears back in command. And here's Copeland. Up, and we got a steal. Here's C.J. Beckham. He's going to put it up at a nice little layup. C.J. Beckham, as we mentioned, he is 7th in the state and steals at 2.2 a game. He's already grabbed his first one. And thanks to that, at halfway through the first quarter, 19-6, Bevill State, 3-point lead. Inside feed, this is Copeland once again. They're trying to tie him up. There's Mauricio once again for the Saints. draws it back to a 1-point lead for Bevill State. They're still on top 19-18. Trinity Epps with the ball. Now a feed to Skylar Heist. The Oakman Wildcat puts up the three. Beautiful three-pointer by Skylar. 22-18, Bevill State. And Skylar almost picked the pockets, and what he does is he makes the Saint ball carrier or ball handler get a travel. So a turnover, whatever way you can get it, is beautiful. And Maurice Johnson is going to check in for Skylar.
All right, good to see Maurice coming back in.
Epps with the ball, handed it off from Stevens. And now back over to Johnson. Now Malachi Hampton, who checked in the ball game for his first time, he has the ball. Now to Stevens, outside to Epps. Epps kicks it out. There's Maurice with the three-pointer. No good. Rebound for the Saints. And this is Foster. First time that we called his name. He's going to kick it out to Mauricio. And now over to Matthews. Matthews kicks it back out, and this is Foster. Foster puts up the shot, and it's no good. There's Carterius with another board, and he's quickly down the court. Going on the drive, no good, but offensive rebound and putback is good for Carterius. Now 24-18. Bevill State with a 6-point lead with 8:09 left.
And that's now Carterius' 5th rebound and 5th point. Got them both right there.
He might be heading towards a double-double, Nick. Yep, looks like we've got a foul. This is probably going to be on Carterius. Not exactly sure what the contact was particularly, but nonetheless, coming into the game for his first time, that's Jordan Bell for Bevill State. He's going to give Carterius a little bit of relief and giving plenty of hand high fives from the coaching staff as he walked over.
We were talking about size. Jordan Bell's one of those 6'6" guys for Bevill, and he looks noticeably tall out there.
Yeah. Good inside presence from what we've seen a little bit. Jordan's been out with a little bit of an injury earlier in the year, but he's definitely been another guy that we'd love to see. Foster with the ball. Now he's going to lob it over. This is Mauricio, and that was just plain out air ball. Shot clock violation anyway. So the Bears will have it on the inbound, and that's Bell, who lobs it over to Trinity Epps. Now over to Johnson. Now back to Epps. Epps now kicks it back over to Johnson. Johnson pulls up, high post, and he connects on it. Beautiful two-pointer on the high post by Johnson, and that gives the Bears a 8-point lead. Now it's 26-18. And there's the Saints. Now there's Mauricio with the ball. Now Turner. Now back over to Stewart. Stewart on the drive. Up, he coughed it up as Bell has grabbed the steal. Now over to Johnson. Maurice kicks it over, and it must have been out of bounds. Yep, Malachi Hampton was out of bounds. We're going to have a couple of check-ins now. C.J. Grant is going to come back in, and Cam Scott making his first appearance in the game. Cam Scott, another one of those tall guys, so they're going with a lot of height right now. Foster with the ball for the Saints, and he's going to hand it over to Walker, and now to Mauricio, and that's blocked by Bell. Up, and the turnover goes right back to Mauricio. And looks like we had an attempt by Cam Scott to try to grab the steal. Instead, it goes out of bounds on him, but all kinds of disruption from the Bevill State defense.
Yeah, they're making them work for it tonight. There's they're not allowing them to really drive out in the paint. I think that's why we're seeing so many threes here shot early in this game as well.
Absolutely. Foster with the ball. Now he's going to pass it inside to Turner, and they're going to tab Bell with the foul. That one was a little bit more transparent. We could see the little bit of a body block on that one. Fouls are now at 5 apiece for each team. As Turner's to the line. First shot's up and good. Turner's second shot, and this one's also good, and that pulls the Saints within 6. It's 26-20, just a little under 6 minutes left in the first half, as Cam Scott now passes it over to Beckham. Now to Maurice. Maurice passes out. Cam Scott with a 3, and he's going to be fouled. And I believe this is going to be out of bounds, as Cam got fouled after he had shot. So inbounding will be C.J. Beckham. And he's going to pass it over to Maurice. And over to Beckham. Feed inside to Cam. Now Bell with the shot. And it is no good. Rebound by the Saints. And this is Foster. And now a pass over to Turner. And back also to him. We got 2 Turners out there. And now Mauricio. And inside to Walker. Walker puts up the shot, but he's going to draw a foul. And I believe this is going to be Bell on Bell again. So shooting 2 will be Mark Walker. Walker's first shot, and that does connect. Carterius Evans is going to check in, and Bell's going to check back out. Walker's second shot. That one does connect, so makes it a 4-point Bevill State lead, 26-22. Just a little over 5 minutes left. Here's the drive, CJ, and I believe he might have had that blocked. Grant picks up the rebound, but he's not able to connect, and the Saints come up with the rebound as well. 6 team fouls apiece. 4:52 remaining, and it is 26-22. Bevill State on top of Laurel B. Wallace. Now on the drive, no, it's a kick out. 3-pointer, it is no good. C.J. Beckham picks up the rebound for the Bears. They're off and running a long lob pass, and there's Carterius. Check back into the game, and he immediately puts up a beautiful inside layup.
That's what he does best, and that's 7 points for him already here in the first half.
Great to see it. Bevill State with a 6-point lead, 28-22. 4:18 remaining. The Saints with the ball. 3-pointer, no good, and there's C.J. Beckham. Once again, well, they have stripped the ball from him, and now Mauricio with the ball, and we've got a foul. Shooting foul for the Saints. I think this one's going to be on Carterius.
Lane has been so good, too, with the free throws they've been given, and it's really what's keeping them even more so in this game. Nearly perfect on their free throws so far.
Mauricio with his first one, and you must have just jinxed him.
Well, Bevill can thank me later.
Yeah. Well, let's see if the jinx will hold for a second free throw. Checking in is Skylar Heiss, the open Wildcat for Cam Scott. He'll check out. Mauricio's second free throw attempt, and it's no good. The Jinx managed to hold on as C.J. Grant picked up the rebound. And now Beckham with the ball. He's going to pass it over to Heiss. Underneath to Grant. Grant with the shot up, and it is no good. The Saints grab the rebound. 3:44 remaining in the first half. Bears are up 28-22 over the Saints. And this is Foster. Foster is going to feed it underneath to Turner. And now over to Stewart. Now back out to Turner. Turner's going to put up a high two-pointer. It is no good. They grabbed their own rebound, did the Saints, and they put up the shot. It is good, and they're also going to get the chance for the and one with a foul. Didn't see the number that the referee held up on the foul. But checking into the game will be R.J. Stevens. He's going to check in for C.J. Grant. So it may have been C.J. that got the foul. Now we see Trinity Epps is going to check in for Maurice. Here's Mauricio for the Saints, and he does connect on the and one. So it's now 28-25. Bevill State still on top. Trinity Epps with the ball. He's going to pass it over to Beckham. Now over to Heiss. There's Schuyler. He's going to drive and put up the shot. It is no good. A little bit of a cold spell by the Bears. They're still on top, 28-25.
Yeah, and not for lack of effort. I mean, that was a valiant drive right there. It just didn't work out for him. I expect to see the Bears answering here pretty soon.
Now there's Turner. He's going to feed it underneath to Mauricio. And a little three-pointer attempt, and that is up and good. And this was by Walker. Ties the game at 28-28. 2:30 left. C.J. Beckham with the ball. Underneath to Carterius. Carterius on the drive, puts up the shot, and just like that, Carterius helps the Bears take back the lead 30-28. 2:16 remaining. Is that 9 points for Carterius now?
That's 9 points for him. Still
Excellent.
at 5 rebounds as well. He's having quite a night.
Excellent. And now a shot put up. It is no good. Coming out with the ball is Trinity Epps. Bears on the move. C.J. Beckham with the ball. Beckham puts up the shot. It is no good. A battle for the rebound. Carterius comes up with it, but there's a tie-up. Jump ball. And it will be going to Lurleen B. Wallace. So 1:46 left. The Bears on top, 30-28. The Saints with possession. And this is Stewart. Now a three-pointer, and it connects. That is, once again, Joshua Foster. 31-30, Lurleen B. Wallace on top. Trinity Epps with the ball with 1:24 left before halftime. Now here's a three-pointer by Heiss. It is no good. Ball goes out of bounds off the deflection, and this one is going to remain with Bevill State. 1:17 left. Schuyler's going to inbound the ball. And a kick over to Epps. And now back to Heiss. And this one was deflected, and it's going to be stolen away and driven down by the Saints. Mauricio is going to take it in. The largest lead for the Saints at 33-30 with 1 minute remaining before halftime. Carterius with the ball. Now over to Heiss. Now to Epps. Back to Beckham. Underneath. There's Carterius. He is trapped. They're going to get it back out. And this one's Stevens. Stevens with the ball, and the dry spell for the Bears continue as the Saints will have a chance to whittle away a little bit more of the clock before halftime. There's 31 seconds left, 18 seconds left on the shot clock. And this is the Saints. Heiss, I believe he deflected that, and it went off the Saints player one last time. I believe it went off of Stewart. Nevertheless, the Bears will inbound. The shot clock is off. 22 seconds remaining. Here's Epps, and he hands it over to Schuyler. Back to Epps. Now to Stevens. Inside to Carterius. They knock the ball away, but C.J. Beckham is there to recover it. A long two-pointer for Carterius, and I believe that gets Carterius into double figures.
That's right. That puts him at 11.
Three-pointer was no good, so the Saints will go into the locker room up 33-32. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and we're going to come back with halftime stats. Bevill State basketball brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Welcome back, everybody, to halftime here, where the Lurleen B. Wallace Saints are leading the Bevill State Bears 33-32. Of course, Bevill State basketball brought to you by the fine folks at Pinnacle Bank. And Nick and I were just talking during the break here, and Nick, it was like right around 32 to 34 minutes. You don't realize how quickly the time goes by and how short the game is when you don't have any timeouts.
Oh, it was a breeze. Like I said, it kind of moved almost like a high school game, which I'm sure these guys kind of appreciate, not having to stop so much in the middle and getting to just get out there and play. Like I said, this is kind of how you want it, action-packed and breezy.
Absolutely will. I'm sure you have some of the halftime numbers for us, so why don't you go ahead and get that out for us there, sir?
Sure, yeah. So Maurice Johnson, he's got 4 points on the night so far. He shares those numbers with Peters and Grant, who also have 4 points. Behind them, Heiss with 3, Epps and Beckham with 2, and then, of course, Carterius way up in the front with 11 points, 5 rebounds. Beckham and Heiss have a couple rebounds apiece as well. So Carterius, as usual, up at the front leading the way for these guys.
Absolutely. Carterius, we know inside, has been the staple so much for this season. but we're seeing guys back like Beckham. Grant has been helping out quite a bit on the inside, and even Maurice Johnson has been getting in there and battling tonight, making this so much more different than what we've seen. You said you've seen quite a few of the games lately. You've noticed how, with the deficit, guys aren't helping out quite as much on the rebounding. But tonight, that doesn't seem to be the case.
No, like we said this whole game, the key word has been physical, and like we said, there's a lot of threes being shot because whenever these guys for Lurleen are driving down into the paint, they're either getting blocked or fouled, and a lot of guys, they don't want that. They don't want to get hit in the face or hit in the arm or the ball knocked across the court. So it's making these guys kind of get out to the wing and to the corners and hit some threes, and Lurleen's numbers I don't think are going to be that impressive at the end of the night for their percentage, but it is keeping them in this game, especially with all those fouls, able to get in a lot of free throw points.
Well, later on this week, it actually starts tomorrow night with the 4 and 5 games, but Walker County's granddaddy of them all, the Walker County Basketball Tournament, starts up tomorrow night. We will have the 4 and 5 games. We won't be broadcasting that, but we will begin on Thursday night with the entry-level games. The girls and boys games will be played. That will continue into Friday. By Friday, we'll know who's going to be in the championship games, which will be brought to you on Saturday. So we will be broadcasting on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. We'll have the results of tomorrow night's games both on our Facebook page and, of course, on the website as well. We will have that coverage. So we're going to take a good look at a few of the matchups that we'll be seeing in that particular game. When we come back, we're going to take another 3-minute break, and we'll be back with some of the bracket matchups. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to Bevill State basketball presented by the fine folks at Pinnacle State. We're going to take a little look at the Walker County basketball tournament brackets now, starting off with the varsity girls. And, of course, this is going to be at Oakman this year. The first game will be Carbon Hill versus Oakman. And that's going to be tomorrow night starting at 5:15. The winner of that will advance to play the Curry Yellow Jackets on Thursday at 5:15 p.m. And also on Thursday, Dora will take on Cordova. And these are the lady games. That's going to be Friday at 5:15. The championship game for the varsity girls is set on Saturday for 1:30. Varsity boys, Dora will play Oakman tomorrow at 6:30. The winner of that game will play Carbon Hill Thursday at 6:30. And then on Friday, Curry and Cordova will battle at 6:30. Winners of those games will advance to the championship final 3 p.m. on Saturday. And Nick, we were just talking just a few moments ago. I remember a few years ago, the facilities at Oakman were not pristine. They were, let's just say it, they were pretty rough. They have done a really good job down there. I have watched several games on the NFHS network. Also have been down there a couple of times last year for some games. And I tell you what, the facilities down there are just absolutely tremendous. I can't wait to be down there for the county tournament.
Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity to see the new facility, so I'm looking forward to getting down there as well. And yeah, I mean, the county tournament's always a blast. So if you're at home this week, have nothing to do, maybe your team got knocked out of wild card weekend or isn't in the playoffs, come on down to Oakman and check out some good basketball. I'm sure it's going to be a fun time all week.
Absolutely. Well, we didn't have much of a chance to get to have many of our sponsors on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another 2-minute break to let some of the folks who didn't get that chance in with the lack of time out now. So we're going to be back after a 2-minute break. 2 minutes. We'll be back with the second half. Bevill State basketball brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Set to return. Brian Hale along with Nick Norris. joining me. How is everything going with you?
Everything for me is great. We're getting to sit here, watch some pretty fun basketball. Probably even more fun than I anticipated in this game. So everything is cool in my world right now. How are you?
Doing great. Doing great. Great to see a competitive game here and with a lot of players out on the court. Happy to see it. Of course, Sebastian Black taking care of our camera work tonight. And Professor Woody Wilson back in the studios handling everything for us as well. One thing that I was looking at, Nick, we were looking for the big matchup in the post with Green. I've looked it over, and I do not believe that he is out there tonight. I've looked at all of them. I have not seen his number at all, so that might be a really good point why the rebounding battle that we've been waiting for hasn't come up. Definitely.
Yeah, and that. It seems to maybe taking some kind of toll on this team, especially the way that Bevill's been able to drive down low.
Absolutely. Well, here's Johnson with the ball. Bears are going to control it to start off with, and now to Peters underneath, and now Grant, he lobs it out to Beckham. Beckham's going to wait and put up the shot, and it's no good. Rebound comes out to the Saints, and they're off and running. Working the ball around are the Saints. And back out is Edwards. And this is Turner back out to Edwards. Oh, and ball's tipped away. Looks like they are locking it up for the steal, and it is not going to happen. They kicked out a three-pointer, and that was just all air ball. And the shot clock also buzzed, so one way or the other, it wasn't going to go good for Lurleen B. Wallace. They're still in command, though, 33-32. Just underway here. 19 minutes remain in the first half as Bevill has the ball. There's Beckham, and over to Johnson, and now to Gervais. There's Gervais on the drive. Now he's going to kick it over to Grant. Grant puts up the shot, and just like that, Bevill State takes its first lead of the game, 34-33. And now the Saints. This is Turner. And now back over to Copeland. Now on the drive, the ball was stripped away. He does recover it, and it is no good. Grant comes up with the rebound. Now over to Beckham. CJ with the ball. Passes it over to Maurice. Inside, Carterius. Oh, Carterius, it just rimmed out on him. And rebounding the ball is the Saints. Carterius steals it back. Now he's going to lob it down. Nope, there's going to be a foul. Foul on the Saints, as I think that was just a, hey, we got to stop him.
Yeah, I think so. And I think Carterius got a little upset with himself missing that shot. I think he went to go get that ball back, try to get another go at it.
They were going to lob down, I believe, and either were going to dunk that ball or put up a good layup. One way or the other, I think the Saints did the smart thing to break the momentum.
Oh, absolutely.
Gervais with the ball. Now he passes it over to Maurice. Back to Gervais. Maurice with the ball. Now outside to Grant. Underneath, Carterius. He's going to battle, and he gets fouled. And he's going to be shooting. So Carterius going to the line. Bevill State with a 1-point lead, 34-33. Carterius' first shot. And this one is good. As we mentioned earlier, Carterius already in double figures. And that's just adding on to it. And what's even better is it makes the score 35-33, a 2-point lead for the Bears. Carterius will have another shot.
He's got 14 right now. We'll see if he can make it 15 here.
Oh, and he does not get it. Saints come out with the rebound. 17:46 remaining in the second half. And there's Edwards. Now over to Copeland. And now over to Stewart. Now to Turner. Edwards on the drive, and he's going to be traveling. Turnover to the Bears. Carterius will inbound it, and Maurice will take control. Now down to Beckham. Now back to Maurice. Maurice on the drive, and I believe that he was fouled. And that is going to be the case. So Maurice is going to go to the line. 3 fouls already on Lurleen B. Wallace.
And that's 15 total for the night for both of these teams. That's no lack of fouls this game.
No, that's certainly not. Maurice's first shot, and he does not connect. Rimmed out on him. Now Mauricio for the Saints is going to check in. And that's that 3-point shooter that you've got to worry about on the perimeter. Johnson's next shot, and that one does connect. So now a 6-point lead for Bevill State, 36-33. Look, got a little press action going on by the Bears. And Edwards, he's doing everything he can to get that out of there, and Gervais knocks the ball out of place. It will remain for the Saints, as Mauricio will inbound for Lurleen B. Wallace. Now Turner, and back over to Edwards for the Saints. Now Stewart, now back out to Turner. He thought about a 3, inside feed. This one does connect for Stewart. Draws it back to a 1-point lead. We had a foul. And not exactly sure what this is about. I guess he didn't inbound the ball.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
Okay, well, that's rare. R.J. Stevens is going to check in for Cornelius Grant. Stevens will do the inbounding duty. Now to Johnson. So 1-point lead, 36-35, with 16:20 remaining in the second half. And now over to Beckham, back to Gervais. Now to Stevens. And back to Beckham. Maurice, 3-pointer on the way, and that is up and good. Maurice with a beautiful 3-pointer gives the Bears a 4-point lead, 39-35.
And that's his 8th point of the game. He knocked that one down like it was nothing there.
He's smelling some double digits as Maurice, as the Saints have the ball now. Edwards with the ball. Now Mauricio, that 3-point wizard, didn't get it this time, and the rebound goes out to Carterius. Oh, he bounced it off his foot, but Gervais recovers it. Beckham with a long 2-pointer. It's no good. Saints come out with the rebound. Copeland with the ball. Now over to Mauricio. Outside with the Saints. Now to Copeland. On the drive, puts up the shot, and that was good. That was Stewart. Makes it a 2-point game, 39-37. Here comes Gervais on the drive, puts up the shot. It's no good. Carterius gets the rebound. Is this shot going to count? Yep, it does count. So Carterius gets the 2-pointer and have the chance to convert the and 1. Checking in will be Jordan Bell. He will relieve Stevens. Carterius' shot. And he does connect. 42-37, a 5-point lead. 15 minutes remaining in regulation. This is Copeland. Copeland driving down the court. Now Turner with a 3-pointer. That's no good. Maurice with the rebound. And believe, yep, he was fouled. Another foul, and is this one number 5? Have they put it up there, or is it still 4?
I believe this one is 4.
Okay.
Carterius knocking at the door nearly 20 points. He's got 16 so far.
Good job, and we've got a timeout. 30 seconds, we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Bevill State Bears basketball brought to you by the fine folks at Pinnacle Bank. Bears are up 42-37. Jordan Bell will be inbounding the ball for the Bears after that timeout. Maurice Johnson has control of the ball. He's going to kick it over to Bell. Now we're over to C.J. Beckham, now to Gervais, inside to Carterius. Now back out to Beckham, three-pointer. It is no good. The Saints grab the rebound. Turner with the ball, now whips it back over to Copeland, and now to Edwards. On the drive, this is Mauricio. He puts up the shot, and that's no good. Rebound coming to Bell. Then Carterius grabs the ball. Did not get the shot. The rebound comes to the Saints. 13:55 remaining in regulation. Bears are up 42-37. And now for the Saints, this is Mauricio. On the drive, and he does put up and connect on that shot. It is 42-39. Now Johnson with the ball for the Bears. There's Carterius. He's on the drive. Now he whips it back out to Maurice. Now Gervais, three-pointer, and he connects. Big three-pointer by Gervais Peters gives the Bears a 6-point lead, 45-39.
And that puts him at 7 as well for Gervais.
A lot of guys knocking around in those double digits to join Carterius. Saints with the ball. This is Turner for Blairleen B. Wallace. And now a dish outside, and that one's going to be an air ball as C.J. Beckham comes up with the rebound. There's Beckham, and I believe this was partially blocked. Bears retain possession, and now Gervais, and he's going to hit with a nice two-pointer. Long two-pointer. It's an 8-point lead, 47-39. Bevill State, 12:34 remaining. That's got to be just right outside of the double-digit figures for Gervais. He's got to be have it right around 9, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's got, it looks like he's got 9 right now. You're exactly right.
Mauricio with the ball. It's no good. Bell comes out with the rebound for the Bears. Now a drive. Whoop, somebody went slipping and falling. Maurice has the ball. Now he's going to lob it over to Beckham. Now underneath, there's Carterius with the drive, and he's going to sink it in. We have a 10-point lead. Bevill State on top, 49-39. 11:57 remaining, and we have a foul. This one's going to be on Maurice Johnson. I think this is going to be the first foul of the second half for the Bears.
I know we've talked a lot about Carterius, but Maurice has been out there busting his butt this whole game. He's got 8 points, 2 rebounds himself, but he has been a force on this court tonight, running around, making a huge difference and making some plays out of nothing.
He had such a tremendous effort in his last game before he went out with a long bout of illness where he actually got injured, came back, and just played miraculously. Now another air ball, and this time Bell comes up with the rebound. He actually, on a pass, hit a Saints player in the back of the head, and they still are not able to do anything. Now Carterius with a beautiful block sends that thing straight out. Oh, did they call a foul?
That's his second block of the night.
They didn't call a foul. All right, so it is a complete block as Carterius with his second block. Saints with the ball. This is Copeland again, and do we have another foul? No, we have an illegal screen. No, he was charging. He ran through the screen. Okay, so the Saints retain the ball. 11:21 remaining. That's Foster. And now over to Stewart. Three-pointer, no good. And out of bounds, this will remain with the Saints as Maurice tried his best to get his hands on that ball, but was not able to come up with it when out of bounds. Inbound pass, the Saints. Putting up a shot, no good. The Saints are just on a dry spell as Johnson came out with the rebound for Bevill State. C.J. Beckham, beautiful little lob in pass, and the Bears up 51-39 now with 10:50 remaining in regulation. Biggest lead thus far for the Bears is they're up by 12. Saints passing around, three-pointer. Does not hit. Once again, C.J. Beckham out there with the rebound. Now a pass over to Gervais. And looks like Gervais stepped out of bounds. This will go to the Saints. So the Saints will retain possession. Inbounding will be Stewart. A couple of guys getting ready to check in for Bevill State with the next break in the action. And underneath, this one is very easily put in for Stewart. The Saints draw back to 10. It's 51-41. Just at 10 minutes remaining in regulation as Carterius Evans puts up the shot. It's no good. A battle for the rebound. Who's going to come up with it? Do we have a jump ball or a foul? Yep, and this one's going to be a foul on C.J. Grant on a battle of the ball. Skylar Heist, the Oakman Wildcat, and Trinity Epps, the Jasper Viking, they both check into the game. Foster's going to come up court. Saints with possession of the ball. Walker now back over, and we have a travel on Stewart for the Saints. Ball turned over. Carterius Evans will inbound. Carterius inbounds to Trinity Epps. Trinity now looks inside, and the ball is stolen away by the Saints. Turner now kicks out, and this is another Turner, and now over to Foster. Now to Copeland. Turner looking to drive, puts up a shot, and that one is no good. He grabs his own rebound. That's another block by Carterius.
Third of the night, second for the half.
They were saying that the ball will remain with the Saints. So it will stay with the Saints. As Carterius chalked up another block in this game. Now Turner, and that's slapped out of his hands. Will stay with the Saints. You've got to figure the Saints are absolutely in frustration alley right now with all the lost shots, the defense that they're facing, they just cannot buy a basket.
Oh, Bevill's defense has looked absolutely as good as it can tonight. I mean, they are staying right with their man. Nobody's getting open.
And now here is Foster. Finn's going to put up a shot. No good. Heiss coming out with the rebound. And here's Beckham. Beckham over to Carterius Evans. Evans blows the shot. He does manage to get his own rebound, but unfortunately, nothing to come up with it. And I believe we have a foul. This one's going to be on Beckham. R.J. Stevens getting ready to check in the game. He does, in fact, and he's going to relieve Carterius. Meanwhile, Gervais Peters is going to come in for C.J. Beckham.
We're now over 20 for fouls in this game, 21 total.
Wow. Four fouls apiece, team-wise, at this moment. As Turner with the ball for the Saints. And now on the drive, here's Copeland, and that is out of bounds, and it will go to Bevill State. R.J. Stevens inbounds to Epps. Trinity was hustling him court. Now he's just like, why am I going so fast? We're in control. Now Trinity once again. There's Schuyler with a three-pointer, and the Oakman Wildcat with another beautiful three-point shot. We have a 13-point lead. Bevill in nice control now with 7:50 left.
And they're looking more and more in control. Lurlane is looking a little tired, a little more sweaty than even Bevill is. I think that all this defense is paying off. Lurlane's having to work a little harder.
Another thing that we have to look at is the shots put up and no good. That one does connect, and that was Benny Turner who managed to get it in. It's an 11-point game, 54-43. Bevill State still on top, and they've got the ball. There's Heiss. He's going to drive and put up a shot. It's no good. He grabs his own rebound, and was he fouled? He was indeed fouled. This was not in the art of shooting. But to the point, Nick, we look across there, there's just 5 guys on the bench. So they have 10 guys tonight, and Bevill's got an army in comparison. Yeah. They have a full squad tonight, finally.
And Bevill has been right there with them very recently. They understand that very personally.
Gervais with the ball. Now a nice little lob into Stevens. RJ with the ball. Now a kick back out. Now it's stolen. Oh, I think we've had a body check. That would have been really nice, Gervais, in hockey, but unfortunately in basketball it's going to get called for a foul. And now we have 5 fouls apiece for the teams. 54-43, Bevill State on top. 7:04 remaining in regulation. Now the Saints over to Turner. Now working the ball outside to Foster. Foster now to Copeland. Copeland on the drive, and Schuyler was trying to block the shot. Instead, they're going to call him for a foul, so now 6 fouls on Bevill State. And going to the line is Copeland.
This is 17 fouls total for Bevill State tonight.
Copeland with the shot. It does a little bit of a dance, but does manage to go into for him. Makes the game 10 points for Bevill State, 54-44, with the next shot pending. Second shot by Copeland. That one's up and good. And we have a timeout. Timeout on the court. We'll take it as well. Full timeout. We'll be back after 1 minute break. Bevill State basketball now back, brought to you by Pinnacle Bank. Bears in control. Inbounding will be Trinity Epps. Finds Skylar Heiss. There's another three-pointer. He does not get this one. The Saints tried to rebound the ball. It was tipped out, but they're saying the last touched by Bevill State. So the Saints will have the ball heading down court. And this is Foster. Bevill State leads 54-45 with 6:16 remaining in regulation. Now on the drive, little hook pass action. That's no good. Heiss comes out with the rebound. Now here comes Carterius. Pulls up. Little mid-range shot, and that one's good. Carterius Evans has just been dynamite tonight. 56-45. Bears on top.
And that puts him at 20 for the night as well.
I think Carterius is eyeing himself a double-double. Now the Saints, and this is Foster. Now he kicks it back out to Matthews. Now, and that is partially blocked, I believe. They're going to call it a shot block violation anyway. So Carterius will inbound. Carterius inbounds to Trinity Epps. Now over to Gervais. Now to Carterius. And back to Skylar Heiss. Now back to Trinity. Carterius, there's the drive, puts it up, and once again sinks it. Carterius gives the Bears, and they've stolen back the ball, and Gervais puts up another shot. 15-point lead, 60-45 with 4:53 remaining. Nick, I believe that the Saints are reeling.
They are. There's no doubt about it, and I think we're going to see more threes just like that one.
Okay. Not exactly sure what happened with that one, but a three-point shot did connect for the Saints. That brings us back to a 12-point lead with Bevill State still on top, 60-48, 4:34 left. In regulation, here's Epps. And now over to Heiss, now on the drive, Grant. And is this going to be a foul on the Saints? Yep, blocking foul on the Saints. And going to the line will be C.J. Grant. Some Bears getting ready to check in. The first shot for Grant on its way, and he connects.
That's his 7th on the night. Let's see if he can make it 8 right here.
Plenty of points being spread around tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Gervais, he cracked over 10 just as well. He joined Carterius. He's got 11 now, double digits.
Excellent. Grant's next shot, and he sinks this one, 62-48, as the Bears are starting to clamp even further down. Saints with the ball, heading up court. Copeland, he lobs that over to Foster. Now back to Copeland, and now to Turner. Spreading the ball around and launches a three-pointer, and that went off the top of the backboard. C.J. Beckham grabs control of it. And now to Carterius. Carterius, nice little stroke on that high-range shot. Just inside the three-point line, but it's going to connect and go out of bounds. Saints will take the ball. 3:50 remaining in regulation. The Saints with the ball. And now moving around, there's Copeland. He's going to pull up for a nice little mid-ranger, but that's not going to be any good. Saints grab their own rebound, put up a shot. Copeland does connect with it. 12-point lead, 62-50, 3:27 remaining in regulation. The Bears on top. There's Beckham. He's going to feed it over to Maurice Johnson. And now back to Stevens. Stevens with the drive, puts up the shot, and he delays it right in. 64-50. We're just right outside of 3 minutes remaining, a 14-point lead. Foster on the drive. Nice little move there by Foster as he gets connected on the point. 54-52. Bears still on top by a dozen.
Foster's obviously been the leader for this Lanier team. They have he has put out quite an effort tonight.
He certainly has. Gervais with the ball, and looks like that was a charge. Nope, they're going to call the basket good for Gervais, and they're going to call the and one. You know, interestingly enough, Edwards, their little point guard, we saw him play a whole lot in the first half, and we've only seen him for a few minutes here in the second half as Gervais connects on the and one.
And that's 14 points for Gervais.
You've almost got to wonder if something has happened to the little point guard for Lurleen B. Wallace Edwards.
It's been some time since we've seen him out here.
The Saints will inbound as Bevill State's back to a 15-point lead, 67-52. Down the court, here comes Foster. 2:30 remaining in regulation. The Bears up 67-52. Foster's going to put up a shot, and he does connect on it. Right inside the three-point line, 67-54. Here's Johnson. Maurice with the ball. He's going to log it over to Kenton Steele, who checked into the game. And now over to Johnson. Here's Steele. Now over to Evans. And back to Gervais Peters. Peters with a three-pointer. That's no good. The Saints control the rebound. 1:54 remaining. Bevill State up by 13. Shot put up, no good. Maurice grabs the rebound, passes it down. Gervais with the nice glide-in layup. 69-54. We're back to a 15-point lead. 1:36 remaining, and I think it's the Saints know it's inevitable.
Yeah, at this point they're fully aware, but make that score look as good as they can for them. I'm sure that's kind of what they're doing here.
Rebound by the Saints. Here's Turner. And he's going to put up a three-pointer, and that's no good. Maurice is going to pick up the rebound. He's going to lob it over to Gervais, and they're going to take their time. They're going to pass it around there. The Bears, with 1 minute left, they've got 15 points. And looks like this pass went out of bounds off of Grant. Retaining the ball will be the Saints.
It's almost funny because Maurice has such a motor and he's such a dynamic player. It seems almost hard for him to slow down.
Yeah, it is. It's great to see him and C.J. Beckham back into the lineup after being out so long. And a three-pointer. This is Foster once again. He grabs his own rebound. Spectacular effort by the young man. He's doing everything that he can in this game. And checking into the game for Bevill State, this is Grant Dye. One of the few times that we've been able to see Grant this year, but most of the time Bevill hasn't had a 15-point lead and haven't had a whole lot of chance. Here's Turner. Three-pointer, that's no good. Everybody's going to go after the rebound and coming up with it. And that was C.J. Grant that came up with it, and he got fouled. So C.J. will be going to the line. Just 47 seconds left. As the Bears are going to celebrate a nice victory at home. And I'm sure all of the guys on the team will happily say, hey, look what we can do with a full team. But unfortunately, that's the time and era that we live in.
Well, we have the same amount of fouls this half as we did the first. So we were at 28. We were 2 away from 30.
CJ's first shot, and he's going to connect on that one. 70-54.
5 points for CJ. See if he can get a 6 here.
And the second one does connect. 46 seconds remaining in regulation. Bevill State on top, 71-54. Here's Turner. Turner working, and he puts up the shot, and it's good. And I believe that we're going to have a time clock change. I think they're wanting a little bit more time put on the clock. Bevill State's going to inbound, though. This is Dye going to inbound to Maurice Johnson. The shot clock and the game clock separated by right at about 4 or 5 seconds. And ball bounced right off of Foster's foot by Maurice. I think Maurice was toying with him a little bit. What do you think? Maurice inbounds to Steele. Steele, he's coughed up the ball. Here's Turner. Turner puts up a good layup, and that's up and in. 71-58, Bevill State. Just 11 seconds left. Maurice is going to walk on down the court as Bevill State begins to celebrate. Much needed win with a full roster back on the court. Bevill State clinches the victory 71-58. We're going to have a 1-minute break, and we'll be back to wrap it all up. 1-minute break. Welcome back, everybody, to where the victorious Bevill State Bears have triumphed here. I believe that score was 71-58 there.
That's right, 71-58.
Well, Nick's got our final numbers for us, and if you want to give us a rundown of what the guys did for the Bevill State Bears, Nick.
Okay, so, of course, Partarius Evans, he was up at the forefront. He ended up having 22 points on the night. He also had 7 rebounds, so right outside of that double-double that we thought he might just crack. Behind him, though, some guys had some big numbers on rebounds in the second half. Johnson ended up getting 4 in the second half. That's the same for the total. Bell, he had 3 in the second half. And 2 of Evans came in the second half as well. But scoring leader, of course, Evans, but behind him, Peters with 16, almost right there with him at 20 points. Grant and Johnson 8 apiece, as well as Heiss and Beckham at 6 apiece. So the ball got passed around a lot in this game, and a lot of guys got to make some plays.
Yeah, good contributions all around, and of course, it's great to see the Bears with a full roster getting their win back, as they will head actually to, I believe it's Southern Union on Wednesday night. We will check that and have it all updated for you. But from a victorious Glen Clem Gym, it's great to bring you a victory. For Nick Norris, for our producer and engineer, Woody Wilson, and for our cameraman, Sebastian Bass Black, this is Brian Hale saying so long from Glen Clem Gymnasium, where the Bears are victorious.